Good morning, students. Today we have to start from page 17. Who will read? Shrishti, please read. Ma'am, please unmute Shrishti.
Yes. Unmuted.
After that, I arranged his funeral, that's all. Meaning, I burned him under the deodar tree. I had wanted to make a coffin. Fritz was, after all, a European. But I could not find nothing, not even a single box, so in the end I burned him just like that. At last, the mystery of the deodar tree was solved.
Okay,
We went to
wait. So, because Fritz was a European, Fritz was bought in Switzerland, and so Jayanto, as a 6-year-old boy, he wanted to give him a funeral, which was normally done in European countries, right? So he wanted to bury Fritz. So he tried to find a box, but he was not able to find a single box, and so he simply buried Fritz just like that under the. He dug some ground there, and then he buried near the Devdar tree. And so this was the reason why he was frantically searching for that Devdar tree. Right now, the entire memory was revived. Why was Devdar tree important for Jayanto? Please go ahead.
We went to bed at around 10. Our room was a large and our bed has been neatly made. Not being used to doing a lot of walking, I was feeling rather tired after the day's activities. Beside the bed was very comfortable. I fell asleep barely 10 minutes after hitting the pillow. A slight noise woke
After
me.
hitting the pillow means, just a second. After hitting the pillow means the moment I went to the bed, when you go to bed, that is hit the pillow. Continue. Continue, Shrishti. Shrishti,
A
continue.
slightly. Now I am muted, that's all.
Okay.
A
Please
slightly
proceed.
noise woke me. Little later, I turned on my side and found Jayanto sitting up on his bed. The table lamp by his bed was switched on, and it is light. It was easy to see the look of anxiety on his face. I asked, "What is it? Are you not feeling well?" Instead of answering my question, Jayanto asked me once himself, "Do you think this circuit house has got small animals? I mean, things like cat or mice." I should not
Wait,
be
wait.
surprised.
Okay. So what happened? Shankar went to sleep immediately after hitting the pillow. The moment he lay himself on the bed, he dozed off. He fell asleep because he was very tired. There were reasons for him falling asleep so fast, and the first reason was because he was very tired, and the second one was that the bed was very comfortable. So when you are very tired, when you do some extra activity on any day, right, which is very different from your normal routine, right? So overexertion made him feel very tired because he did a lot of sightseeing, and so he was feeling very tired. So he fell asleep immediately. But when he woke up, after some time, he saw that Jayanto was sitting up on his bed, and he had even switched on the light, and he could see the anxious look on his face. He was not looking normal, he was not looking composed, right? So what is it? So Shankar wanted to know what went wrong with him. So instead of answering his question, Jayanto asked a question from Shankar, and what was it? That does the circuit house have small animals? Continue.
I should not be surprised if it does. Something walked over my chest. That's what woke me. Rats and mice usually come in through drains, but I have never known them to climb on the bed. This is the second time I have woken up actually. The first time I had heard a shuffling noise near the window. Oh, if it was near
Shuffling
the
noise.
window.
What is the meaning of shuffling noise?
Ma'am, moving.
What did you
Yes,
say?
ma'am.
Something being in that is shuffling. Right.
If it was nearly the window, it is more likely to be a cat. Yes, but Gento still sounded doubtful. I said, did not you see anything after you switched the lights on? Nothing, but then I did not switch it on immediately after opening my eyes. To tell you the truth, I felt really scared at first, but when I did switch it on, there was nothing to be seen. That means whatever came in must still be in the room. Well, since both the doors were dotted from inside,
Noted.
I rose quickly and searched under the bed, behind our suitcase, and everywhere else in the room. I could not find anything. The door to the bathroom was closed. I opened it and was about to start another search when Janto called out to me softly, Shankar.
Wait.
I was
Now,
back.
wait. Now, what happened when he saw Jayanto sitting up on his bed? The moment Shankar woke up in the middle of the night, he saw Jayanto sitting up on his bed and with an anxious look on his face. So he wanted to know what's wrong with him. So he told him that he heard something moving near the window. He had got up earlier also when he heard something moving near the window. And this is the second time that he was woken by some strange thing. So see, now what can you make out about Shankar and Jayanto from these from this conversation between them? What type of a person was Shankar and what type of a person was Jayanto? Anyone?
Shankar was a practical man and Gento was a imaginative one.
Yes, Shankar was more of a practical man, right? He had a practical bent of mind, logical, rational bent of mind. See, what happened when Jayanto told him that he felt that something was inside the room. Shankar thought that it must be some small animal like cat or mice that must have entered the room, and he analyzed the entire thing. He said that both the doors, both the doors of the room, they are bolted. The door of the washroom was also bolted, but still he opened it and tried to find if something is inside the room. So he was a logical person. Jayanto, why was Jayanto in such a condition? Because throughout the day he was trying to recollect his past, and then the stories related to Fritz came back to his mind. He was able to retrieve those memories related to Fritz. And so what happened? They had an impact on his mind. Right now, naturally, he was not in a normal frame of mind at this time. So he might have hallucinated, right? He might have hallucinated that there is someone inside the room. But Shankar, he was a practical man. He tried to understand the entire situation in a logical manner. And that is why he got out of his bed and he tried to find the animal which must have entered. It might have entered into the room. But he was not able to find anything in the room. And then he came back to the room. Jayanto was staring hard. And then what happened when he was searching for the creature in the room? He heard Jayanto call out his name softly. So he saw something. I came back to the room. Jayanto was staring hard at the cover of the quilt. So there was something wrong with his quilt, right? The quilt with which he had covered himself. Upon seeing me, he pulled a portion of it near the lamp and said, "Look at this." And the moment he saw Shankar near him, he just took a portion of the quilt near the lamp and showed something to Shankar. I bent over the cloth and saw tiny brown circular marks on it. So, what was there on the quilt? Tiny brown circular marks were there on the quilt. Right? So he saw tiny brown circular marks on the quilt. Well, this could have been made by the cat. So Shankar again tried to behave in a logical manner and he said that, oh, these marks would have been made by the cat. See, Jayanto is trying to communicate something else, which Shankar is not able to understand. What Jayanto is trying to communicate, that who came into his room? Can anyone tell? Yes, Tanisha.
Ma'am,
Yes, Jayanto is trying to communicate to Shankar that it was Fritz who came to his room, but Shankar is nowhere near what Jayanto is trying to tell him. Right? He is not able to understand anything. He is completely oblivious of what is going in his head. He fails to understand what is there, what thoughts are there in Jayanto's head. Well, these could have been, so he in a very simple manner, he says that these marks could have been made by the cat. So there is no need for you to stress about them. But Jayanto was really scared. Right? This whole incident frightened Jayanto a lot. Right? He was not normal after that. Please continue. Somebody else, please. Yash Singh, please. Yash, please raise your hand so that ma'am is able to unmute.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
They are all unmuted only.
I mean, Jayanto did not say anything.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Yes, ma'am. Janto did not say anything. It was obvious that something had deeply disturbed him. But it was 2:30 in the morning. I simply had to get a little more sleep, or I knew I would just keep feeling tired, and we had plans doing a lot of sightseeing the following day. So, after murmuring a few soothing words such as "Don't worry, I'm here with you," and who knows, those marks may have been on your quilt already when you want to bed. I switched off the lights once more and lay down. I had no doubt that Gianto had only had a bad dream, all those memories of his childhood had upset him, obviously, and the cat was what had led to his dreaming of a cat walking on his chest. I slept soundly for the rest of the night. If there were further disturbances, Gianto didn't tell me about them, but I could see in the morning that he had not slept well. Tonight, I must give him one of the tranquilizers I brought with me,
What
I
is a
thought.
tranquilizer? Tranquilizer is a medicine which is taken by a person to calm down his anxiety, right? When a person is suffering from anxiety or a lot of stress and tension, then these tranquilizers and sedatives are given so that the person can relax, right? And rest properly. So I slept soundly for the rest of the night. It was 2:30 when all this incident happened, and Shankar realized that he needs to sleep more because the next day is again going to be a very tiring one, as they had planned a lot of sightseeing for the following day also. So he just uttered, like anyone would utter, na? If you are scared at night, then the person who is with you, your family member also, Arey, don't worry, I am here with you. Why are you stressed? Relax, sleep, right? Nothing will happen. So he uttered a few soothing words to Jayanto and then he fell asleep. But Jayanto was not able to sleep for the rest of the night. Right? What Shankar felt was that it was just his childhood memories which had troubled him, and because he was thinking about them throughout the day, so that is why they were making him stressed during the night also, because the mind was continuously working, trying to recover and trying to retrieve more and more memories of the past. So this is what Shankar felt about Jayanto's situation, and that was what had led to him dreaming of a cat. Shankar, even in his wildest dreams, didn't realize that what Jayanto was thinking was not a cat walking on his chest, it was rather Fritz walking on his chest. This is what Jayanto was thinking. And Jayanto was also kind of hesitant and like not sure whether he should share this to Shankar or not. See, if you see something which is abnormal and you feel that something is abnormal, then you are kind of hesitant to communicate this to other person, what you are feeling about a particular situation or a particular thing, if it is not normal, right? Because you are obviously worried what the other person will think about it, how the other person is going to take it. So maybe that is the reason why Jayanto didn't tell what was going in his mind to Shankar. So after that, Shankar slept soundly. If there were further disturbances, Jayanto did not tell him about them. So if Jayanto woke up further at night, then he didn't tell Shankar about it. So, but he realized in the morning that he had not slept well. So that is why Shankar felt that tonight he should give him some tranquilizer so that he is able to rest properly. Please read.
We finished our breakfast by 9 as we had planned and left for the fort. A car had already been arranged. It was almost 9:30 by the time we reached. Some of Janto's old forgotten memories began coming back again, though fortunately they had nothing to do with his doll. In fact, his youthful exuberance made me think he had forgot.
Exuberance means excitement, right? So few more memories came back to his mind. They also started coming back, but thank God they were not related to Fritz. So Shankar was a bit relaxed, right? He thought that Jayanto has now forgotten everything about that doll.
His youth, his youthful exuberance made me
Exuberance.
think he had exuberance made me think he had forgotten all about it. There's that elephant on the top of the gate, he exclaimed, and the turrets, and here is a bed made of
Turrets. What are
silver.
turrets? Turrets are small towers, right? Normally there are several small towers, and there is one or two big towers in a fort. So the small towers are known as turrets.
And here is the bed made of silver and the throne. Look at that picture on the wall. I saw it the last time. But within an hour, his enthusiasm began to wane.
His
I was
enthusiasm
so
began to wane. It means, but in the morning he was very excited when he went to the fort. He was very excited. He didn't utter a word about the doll. But after some time, within an hour, he even remembered a few things about the fort because he must have visited the fort also when he was a child. So he tried to recollect the throne and all these things which were there in the fort. But within an hour, what happened? His excitement it began to decrease, started disappearing.
I was so engrossed myself that I didn't notice it at first. But while walking through a hall and looking at the chandeliers hanging
Chandeliers.
from the ceiling,
What are chandeliers? Those big lights, those were normally placed in the palaces where, and inside them candles were lighted, right? Big lights of glass, big designer lights of glass, and call it Jhumar in Hindi, right? So those are chandeliers, and then there were ropes and threads. You must have seen it in the movies. Nowadays, in the houses, we don't have chandeliers, but in movies, you must have seen, right? Hanging from the
I,
ceiling.
I suddenly realized Gianto was no longer walking by my side. Where was he? We had a guide with us. Babu has gone out on the terrace, he told me. I
Yes, so
came
he
out of the
disappeared all of a sudden, leaving Shankar. Shankar himself was so engrossed in the fort. He was so much excited about the fort. He wanted to know more and more and discover more and more about the fort. So he was so engrossed in the fort that in the beginning he didn't even notice where Jayanto is. And so when he all of a sudden realized that Jayanto is not there walking next to him, so he started searching for him. And then the guide told that Babu has gone on the terrace, that he has gone on the terrace. Jayanto was there on the terrace.
I came out of the hall and found Jayanto standing absent-mindedly near a wall on the other side of the terrace. He didn't seem to notice my presence even when I went and stood beside him. He started when I called him by his name.
Started means
What
he
on earth?
started. What does it mean? Started, that he was kind of shocked, right? When you are engrossed in your own thoughts and then somebody calls out your name, right? When you're too absorbed in yourself and somebody calls out your name, then you are started. You are kind of surprised, shocked, and alarmed, right? Because you are pulled out of your memories or your thoughts. So he was started when I called him by his name. He was kind of alarmed. Hmm.
What on earth is the matter with you? I asked. Why are you standing here looking morose even in a beautiful place like this? I can't stand it. Jando
Looking
simply
morose
said,
means,
have you?
what is the meaning of morose? Looking sad, right? I can't stand it. Now this started irritating Shankar. Right? He said, why, what's this? Suppose you are in a company and the person who is with you, he is sad, he is not enjoying the outing, then what will you happen? It will bring down your joy, your happiness also. So that is what was happening to Shankar. He was worried about Jayanto, and he said that what's wrong with you? Why are you standing here sad when place is so beautiful? I really cannot stand it, means I cannot tolerate this.
Jando simply said, have you finished seeing everything? If so, let's. Had I been alone, I would definitely have spent a little more time at the fort, but wouldn't. But one look at Jando made me decide in favor of returning to the circuit house.
Now, what does this show about their friendship? Again, these lines also tell us you can be asked to write about Jayanto and Shankar and Jayanto's friendship, right? So, this line also tells us that though Shankar that their friendship, they shared a very strong bond of friendship. Though Shankar wanted to spend some more time in the fort, right? He was enjoying being inside the fort and looking at different things of the fort. But on looking at Jayanto's condition, right, his expression on the face, he decided that they should better go back to the circuit house. So only a friend who cares for you can sacrifice.
A road through the hills took us back to town. Jento and I were both sitting in the back of the car. I offered him a cigarette, but he refused. I noticed he placed them near the window and then on his lap, and immediately afterwards began
I noticed a veiled
biting
excitement
his
in the
nails.
movement of his hands. Veiled excitement means hidden excitement. Means he was like there was some kind of certain things were going in his mind, right? His mind was not calm. How did he notice this? Because his fingers were moving. When you are continuously thinking about something, your fingers, your hands, they start making certain movement and you are unaware of them. So that was the case with Jento. Though he was trying to hide this, but again, he veiled excitement in the movement of his hands. The way his hands were moving, it was very obvious that there is some kind of thing which is troubling his mind. His mind is in an excited state. That kind of restlessness was there because it's written now. One moment he placed them near the window, then on his lap, and immediately afterwards began biting his nail. So that kind anxious, the feeling of anxiousness, the feeling of anxiety was there, right? So one moment he
After
somehow placed it near the window, then again on his lap, then again he started biting. You normally bite your nails when you are nervous. You are again not your mind is not calm. Normally you must have seen the students who are going to appear for the exams when they are outside the examination hall. Most of them start chewing there and biting there nails. So why should so? This is a very like unconscious thing which happens. Your body is makes it very obvious that you are in a nervous state, you are in an excited state, because again that is the situation of excitement. You are about to appear for the exam and you are not sure what will be asked. So the same was the case with Jayanto's mind was in an excited state and the movement of his hands and fingers made it obvious, which was kind of against his nature, because Jayanto was a quiet man by nature. So this kind of turbulent mind situation was not common for him. Yes.
Jayanto was quiet by nature. This restlessness in him worried me. After about 10 minutes, I couldn't take it anymore. It might help if you told me about your problem, I said. Jayanto shook his head. It's no use telling you, for you not going to believe me. Okay,
Yes.
even if even if I don't believe you, I can at least discuss the matter with you, can't I?
Okay.
Fits came.
Now again, I can at least discuss the matter with you. See, Jayanto, again, this shows that Shankar was a very sensible, practical, logical man. These are the lines which will tell you about Shankar's nature, right? Jayanto said there is no use, right? He was puzzled. He wanted to talk to someone, but he felt that he cannot talk to Shankar about it because he won't understand. He will give some logic to whatever I'll tell him. So he didn't want to. This is what happens. We also normally behave in this manner. We normally share our feelings to the people who will believe us, right? So he felt that Shankar won't believe, because Shankar was a very logical and a practical person, and so he was hesitant in discussing the entire matter which was in his mind with Shankar. So, but Shankar said that never mind, I might not believe it, but still we can discuss, we can talk about it, which shows that he was a sensible man, right? And really worried about his friend. He didn't want his friend to be in that state, in this condition for a long period of time. He wanted him to become normal as soon as possible. Somebody else read. Ayush Kumar.
Ma'am, Fred came into our room last night. Those little marks on my quilt were his footprints. There
Yes,
was
so
very
these were the
little I
things which
could
were
do.
puzzling him. He never for once even he did not believe that it was the cat. For Jayanto, it was Fritz who came to his room last night, and the marks which were there on his quilt, they were made by Fritz, by his doll Fritz,
There
and
was
not by the cat. This is what Jayanto believed. Now, because he was continuously thinking about Fritz, so I told you, whatever you continuously think about, your mind will start believing it, right? So, because he was continuously thinking about Fritz, so his mind started believing that Fritz is there. And you know the type of relationship he shared with Fritz. He had a very strong bond with that doll. He really liked that doll a lot when he was a child. And now the memories were revived. So, that is the reason. Read. Ayush, read. Ayush, read.
yes, ma'am. There was very little I could do at this except catch hold of him by the shoulder and shake him. How could I
Your
talk
network is not
sensibly
okay,
to
Ayush.
someone?
You stop reading. Shani, please read.
There was very little I could do at this except catch hold of him by the shoulders and shake him. How could I talk sensibly to someone whose mind was obsessed with such an absurd idea? You didn't see anything, did you? I said finally. No,
This
but I could
irritated Shankar. Now
distinctly
Shankar was kind of irritated. What he wanted to do was to catch him, hold of him and start shaking him. That have you lost it? Are you not in your senses? What the hell are you talking of? Right? It is not possible for any sensible man to talk like this. But then he immediately realized that he is obsessed with his own ideas. He is obsessed with the idea of Fritz, his dog. So it won't be any use. What will happen as a result of it if he tries to oppose anything, right? If he tries to oppose any of his ideas or any of his beliefs, what will happen? Then the result would be that Jayanto might not share anything with Shankar in future. This is how we behave, right? If we get, if the person to whom we are talking kind of negates our beliefs and theories and ideas, what do? The next time we will stop telling him about that particular topic, because you know that the person will not believe these kind of things. So he thought that this is something which is possible, and it's no use talking to Jayanto that whatever you are thinking is an absurd idea and your mind is simply obsessed with this nonsense. So you didn't see anything, did you? But he again tried to reason out. He tried to maintain his patience, his cool, and he tried to talk to Jayanto in a sensible manner. He said, "You didn't see anything, did you? Did you see anything in the room? I tried to find out in the entire room. Was anything visible? Read. Read
no,
it. Yes.
but I could distinctly feel that whatever was walking on my chest had 2 feet, not 4. As we got out of the car at the circuit house, I decided that Jayanto must be given a nerve tonic or some such thing. A tranquilizer might not be good enough. I could not allow a 37-year-old man to be so upset by a simple memory from his childhood. I said to Jayanto upon reaching our room, "It's nearly 12 o'clock. Should we not be thinking of having a bath?" "You go first," said Jayanto and flung himself on the bed. An idea came to my mind in the bath. Perhaps this was the only way to bring Jayanto back to normalcy.
Normal.
If a doll had
Yes, continue.
if a doll had been if a doll had been buried somewhere 30 years ago, and if one knew the exact spot, it might be possible to dig the ground there. No doubt most of it would have been destroyed, but it was likely that we'd find just a few things, especially if they were made of metal, such as the buckle of a belt or brass buttons on a jacket. If Jayanto could actually be shown that that was all that was left of his precious doll, he might be able to rid himself of his weird notions. Otherwise, he would have strange dreams every night and talk of Fritz walking on his chest. If this kind of thing was allowed to continue, he might go totally mad. Jayanto seemed to like my idea at first, but after a little while he said, "Who will do the digging? Where will you find a spade?" I laughed. "Since there's a garden, there is bound to be a gardener, and that would mean there's a spade." If we offered him a little tip, I have no doubt that he would have no objection to digging up but a bit of the ground near the trunk of a tree at the far end of the lawn. Jayanto did not accept the idea immediately, nor did I say anything further. He went and
Yes,
had his
because Jayanto was kind of skeptical about the entire thing. See, now also Shankar, what did he do? This whole thing which he came to his mind, which occurred to his mind while he was taking a bath, this again tells about his rational and logical thinking. Said that if anything is buried at a particular place, you will find some or the other remaining parts. Most of it must have decayed, most of it must have been destroyed. But again, because when Jayanto told him about the doll, the description which was given to Shankar by Jayanto, he said that the doll was made to precision. Even the buckles were of metal, so metal won't be destroyed so quickly, right? So he felt that at least even if we are able to find few parts of the doll on digging the ground, then this will help Jayanto to come back to his normal sensibilities. They can be restored, right? So this is what he felt. And then he thought of asking the gardener by giving him some tip to dig the ground near the Devdar tree. So, though Jayanto did not accept this idea immediately, he did not say anything further. Though Jayanto was quite skeptical about this entire idea, but he didn't refuse it also, right? So he had his own doubts about this whole idea of digging near the Devdar tree, but he never tested this idea. He quietly agreed. Continue. Continue, Yashani.
Jayanto did not accept the idea immediately. Jayanto did not accept the idea immediately, nor did I say anything further. He went and had his bath after a little bit of persuasion. At lunch, he ate nothing except a couple of chapatis with meat curry, although I knew he was quite fond of his food. After lunch, we went and sat in the cane chairs on the veranda that overlooked the garden. There appeared to be no one else in the circuit house. There was something eerie about the silence that afternoon. All we could hear was the noise made by a few
Something
monkeys
eerie
sitting
means
on the Gulmohar. Sad,
sad, something frightening, something mysterious,
Strange.
something frightening. Yes,
strange, peculiar.
yes, something strange, something which is strange in a frightening manner, right? So there was something eerie about the silence. Now, these lines also, the writer has tried to create the picture of horror in these lines. Only the noise of a few monkeys sitting on the Gulmohar tree across the cobbled street. That these were the only things could be heard. So even in the
Around
afternoon,
3
the writer has tried to create the picture of horror. Yes.
Ar- Around 3 p.m., we saw a man come into the garden carrying a watering can. He was an old man. His hair, mustaches, and
What are
sideburns all
sideburns?
were white.
Sideburns are the men have now because they have small hair, so the hair on the sides, the near the ears. So those are the sideburns. So all were white. Again, the gardener was also no less than a ghost. He was a very old man. His hair, mustaches, and sideburns all were white.
Will you ask him or should I? At this question from Jayanto, I raised a reassuring hand and went straight to the gardener. After I had spoken to him, he looked at me rather suspiciously. Clearly, no one had
Suspiciously.
ever
See,
made.
why will a gardener not be suspicious? They are the guests in the circuit house. Now they are asking me to dig the ground near some particular tree. So anyone will look at you with suspicion, right? So the gardener was a bit suspicious that why do they want him to dig the ground there? Clearly, no one had ever made such a request because no one must have ever asked the gardener to dig the ground at a particular place. So he was like bound to ask, why, Babu? Why? Why do you want me to do it? Continue.
I laid a friendly hand on his shoulder and said, "Don't worry about the reason. I'll give you 5 rupees. Please do as you're told." He relented, going so
He
far
relented
as to
means he
give me
agreed,
a.
right? Then after Shankar promised him to give 5 rupees, all his queries were satisfied. He didn't want to know anything further, and so he agreed, right? And getting 5 rupees in those days was too much. So he was so happy with the idea of being given 5 rupees that he even gave him a salute and a broad grin. Grin means a broad smile.
I beckoned to Jayanto, who was
Bacon means
still sitting
bacon
on
is
the
means
veranda.
when you gesture someone to come like this. This is bacon, right? Or like this. When you gesture someone to approach or to follow
He,
or to come, that is bacon.
he rose and began walking towards me. As he came closer, I saw the pallor on his face.
Pallor on his face.
Ma'am,
Pallor
what's
means
the meaning of
he had a pale appearance. See, that scare, that fright was very much visible on his face, right? It was very obvious from his face. His face has lost its color. It was appearing pale. So, because he was really scared of digging, he was really scared of the ground being dug near the Devdar tree. Yes.
I did hope we would find at least some part of the doll. The gardener, in the meantime, had fetched a spade. The three of us made our way to the deodar tree. Jayantu pointed at the ground about a yard from the trunk of the tree and said, "Here." "Are you sure?" I
Jayanto,
asked him.
after thinking some
Jayantu
time, he
nodded
pointed the
silently.
ground where they should dig, right? Where exactly he had buried the doll, that is Fred's. Continue.
"How much did you dig?" "At least 8 inches." The gardener started digging. The man had a sense of humor. As he lifted his spade, he asked if there was hidden treasure under the ground, and if so, whether we would be prepared to share it with him. I had to laugh at this, but Jayanto's face did not register even the slightest trace of amusement.
Yes,
It was
because
the
he
month of
was
October,
absorbed
and
in his own thoughts. The gardener, that man who was digging the ground, he tried to be humorous by saying that if we find a treasure from this place, will you make me party to it, or means would you like to share it with me? So Shankar smiled, but Jayanto didn't even notice what he said. He was in his own thoughts.
it
Continue.
was the month of October and not at all warm in Bundi. Yet the collar of his shirt was soaked in sweat. He
Yes, so
was
he was
staring
so
at the
scared
ground,
because
unblinking.
this was because of his fear, his nervousness. That even in the month of October, his shirt collar was wet.
The gardener continued to dig. Why was there no sign of the doll? The ma'am, what is
So then he was
RAME?
thinking, why was there no sign of the door? Right? He was looking, staring unblinkingly, means without blinking his eyes, he was staring at the ground. He was so nervous, right? Very anxious. And then he started thinking that why is there no sign of the door? Yes, raucous. The raucous cry of a peacock made me turn my head.
The raucous cry of a peacock made me turn my head for a moment, and in that instant Jayanto made a strange sound. I quickly looked at him. His eyes were bulging.
What
He
is
raised
raucous
his right
cry?
hand.
A very rough and long cry. What happened? Everyone was looking at the ground, which was being done. But what happened? Some peacock made a very rough and long cry, and so Shankar turned his head to look at the peacock. In that very moment, Jayanto made some strange sound. I quickly looked back, and when he when Shankar heard Jayanto's sound, he looked back at Jayanto. His eyes were bulging, means his eyes were wide open, trying to pop out.
He raised his right hand and pointed at the hole in the ground with a finger that was visibly trembling.
Yes, so
Then he
even his
asked in a
hand was
voice,
trembling. He pointed at the hole which was dug in the ground, and his hand was trembling. His finger was trembling.
then he asked in a voice turned hoarse with fear, What what is that? The spade slipped from the gardener's hand. I too gaped at the ground, open mouthed in horror, amazement, and disbelief. There lay at our feet, covered in dust, lying flat on its back, a 12-inch long, pure white, perfect little human skeleton.
Yes, so what was there? There lay at our feet, lying in dust, a 12-inch long, pure white human skeleton. So this was there in the ground, lying there in the ground. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. We'll discuss the theme of this chapter on the next turn because that is important.